Hey guys, okay, I am back and it's time for teaching you about exploring your DNA. Now what I've done is I've prepared for the video. What is a centimorgan? Well, it's a unit of measure that was named after a geneticist named Dr. Thomas Hunt Morgan. He studied genealogy using fruit flies. He was an American geneticist. It's a unit of measure that shows how closely related you are to someone. You share approximately 3,500 with each parent. And it goes down from there. Now, one thing I highly recommend. Come on, lady. Nope. Let's go over to DNA. That you do. Your results summary. Okay. Okay. Matches. Okay. Now, I share 3,464 centimorgans with my mother, and I share 1,907 with my full paternal uncle. But the weird thing is, that the numbers are all over the place. What I do recommend you doing is sort them highest to lowest. Well, in this case, closest relationship. You can also sort them by date, newest to oldest, which is helpful also. If I click on that, see what happens. I'm under my uncle. These are all the newest ones. Trying to see if there are any if they have trees or if they have what? Okay, that's really strange. There's a different Angelina Wilson that I'm related to. Who is she? Huh. Anyway, I will have to do some investigating on that. Who are the shared matches? Who? Shared match didn't have there at all. But anyway, what you do? Oh, heck. Is you look at shared matches if there aren't trees. That's truly strange. I'm going to write that down. actually. And she's Australian. What? That's even weirder, guys. Okay. It's only 20 cms, but still. She has a tree, so there's something to work with a Wilson line. So there's something to work with. I also recommend having 50 per page, and they're going to get higher as you go further up the line. It's very difficult on the lower numbers of centimorgans to figure out how you're related, unless there's a good tree. I've done it with good trees. Based on that number, they tell you what they think you are. Now, I have cousins that I have all kinds of shared matches with that we don't match each other, which is truly bizarre, because we both match all of our family except for each other. What? You know? So it happens. And we know we're cousins because we match all of our family. We match each other's cousins. It's like, so why don't we match each other? I match Marnie, but I don't match you. And it's the same line. So it's a strange thing that happens. I mean, if they looked closer, they probably could find the match, but the way that DNA is right now, they can't. Now, this is on Ancestry. If you go over to your DNA matches on My Heritage, which you can put up your DNA test for free over here after you take it, you can see that they tell you what percentage of your DNA you match. For instance, 50% with my mother, obviously, and how many segments of your DNA have shared CMs, which is 22. That makes sense too. On the larger segment of DNA, we have 284.3 CMs. Same thing with my uncle. How do I have more shared segments with my uncle, but I only have 28% of his DNA? Huh? It's a smaller shared segment. Anyway, let's see here. I don't care. I want that to expire. Thank you. So they go into a little bit more detail. They tell you your possible match, then they show you the probability. Like this person's probability of it being a third cousin is 47.9. And it goes down lower and lower to 1.1%. So you would share a great-great-grandparent. I like that. I can show you. That they do this. Oh, sorry. Oh. Yeah, I wish I could show you this. Dang, gotta learn how to screen share. Anyway, basically shows you the percentages and the who would be the common ancestor. Let me go to someone I don't know, like CD. Well, I think I know who CD is now. I think. Anyway, whoops. I know Daniel, for instance. And yes, we share a great-great-grandparent. That's correct. Yeah, we share a great-great-grandparent. So it's 38.1%, but yeah. And that's basically, and one of the interesting about my heritage is you can see on this chart there are 9 close family, 14 extended family, and 20,192 distant relatives. Then you can, waiting for that to finish loading. You can view your DNA matches by, come on, here we go, by location. It'll tell you how many matches you have for each geographical location and divide them. That's why it's important, even if you do it through Ancestry, that you put it on MyHeritage. Especially if you have a lot of international stuff. Like my primary DNA matches are the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Ireland. Those are my top 3, 6. Germany, France, Netherlands. And you might be surprised at where you have people. I got somebody in my family living in Qatar, or Qatar. Somebody in Turkey, somebody in South Korea, somebody in the Dominican, Bermuda, Greenland, the Cayman Islands. Can I come live with you on one of those tropical islands, please? The Côte d'Ivoire, or the Ivory Coast. Mauritius, Israel, Indonesia, the Philippines. I have 2, you know. I have 105 in Denmark, 143 in Norway and the Netherlands. They're tied there. So it just depends. Now, if I take my top 6, the United States, whoops, I have 9,102. United Kingdom, I have 2,876. Canada, I have 1,010. Australia, I have 840. New Zealand, I have 330. Ireland, I have 225. And there goes Germany, 177. France, 150. And then the Netherlands and Norway are tied at 143. I think that's my top 10. South Africa, 22. Iceland, 15. Hong Kong, 7. Japan, 5. It is crazy. I have 1 in Russia. 2. Excuse me. Oh. And you can click on each of these countries and look at your matches in those countries, which is kind of neat. So, I remember spending hours at the kitchen table at the other house going through these and mapping out my mother's and my matches from different countries. Now, obviously, yours are going to look completely different from mine. I mean, your most, if you're in the United States, is going to be in the United States, obviously. But your second most depends on what you are. My ethnicity estimate on here is 54.8% English, 42.4% Irish, Scotch, Welsh, and 2.8% Italian. That comes from the part of France that we're from, is in the Mediterranean, and it crosses over with Italy. So if you look at the map, I have 13 other. There we go. Okay. Yeah, English, French, Breton. That's interesting because I just found that language. It's Guernsey, France. It's interesting that I just found that language and that shows up as one of my ethnicity estimates. .8%. Irish, Dutch, Spanish, Catalan, and Basque. 3.4%. 2.8% Danish, Norwegian, Germanic. Okay. See, the French is where the Italian comes in. Because it covers a little bit of Italy. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. So, they do it differently than Ancestry does. But I would highly recommend getting the Ancestry one because you can put it on here. If you get this one, you can't put it on Ancestry. Ancestry does not allow it. you to import other ones. So, but I like both. You can do, I can do my DNA by location. Okay. Oh, no way. Oh, there's my cousin in the United Arab Emirates. And I have Northern Ireland, I have 3. Oh, I can do this on here. Tyrone, husband. Wait. I didn't realize she was in Ireland. Third cousin, 1 time removed. Okay. So you can do that on here. It just takes a little more effort. This is a different one. A private online tree. Great. That's a pretty high number too. Damn it. I hate when they do that. So yeah, I highly recommend that you use both. For me, personally, I'm in GEDmatch. GEDmatch Genesis. Okay. Whoops. Why is my password wrong? I won't worry about it. I'm also in, what is it called? Shoot. Ah. Shoot. Family tree DNA. Or FTDNA for short. Oh, I did. I can't find it. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. And I hope that helped you. My personal opinion is take the test on Ancestry and port your data to other sites, because if you take your test on MyHeritage, you can't import your data to Ancestry. But you can, if you take the test on Ancestry, port your data to MyHeritage. To FTDNA, to GEDmatch, all of them. And I think that's important. And there are a few other fun places too that you can go and get ancient stuff. It's really fun. So, a long video. Sorry, guys. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you next time. Tomorrow. We'll bake our pie tomorrow because it's already 4:30 and I've got to eat. So, God bless you. And I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I will see you tomorrow. Please subscribe. It costs you nothing and it helps the channel. Bye.